Okay, sorry I ran out of minutes, so I had to delete all but the last video, but that there's even more minutes now. Alright. Now, I had to sit down a few minutes, so we're still good. It's still 7:38. So go exercise for 2 more minutes or something, right? I don't know, or one, or whatever's else, right? Until it's 7:40, and then I'll do the exercise here with the bicycle thing, right? And we're talking to you, right? That's all God can do is talk to you and explain things like He forgives them by Satan, and tell you the reasons why they do things differently in the same way too, right? It's what God would say if it could speak to you in human form. It is all it can say. It is all it can say, and it's also all Satan can do, right? Do you understand? If you're carrying on a conversation with two beings, each one has a separate side, right? The one that's trying to save you has to forgive all the evil you do, and the one that's trying to condemn you has to condemn all the evil you do, right? And you're dealing with two kinds of prosecutors: a defense attorney versus a prosecuting attorney. The prosecutor is usually for the state, right? The defense attorney is usually for the religious, right? Who know we all make mistakes, right? But not as bad as others. Some people don't make as bad mistakes as you make, right? Or the female don't say he raped her, right? Or he fucked her. He didn't fuck me. If they're saying that, they know I'm not trying to them, but make love to them, right? And there's a difference. He's talking to me. He's trying to help me. He knows something's wrong. I'm going out into the streets as if something's wrong, right? Right, not what's wrong. He's talking to me, right? And we're talking in the car, too. Well, again, if we did something from behind, right? Maybe. Not from the front where I could see what he was doing. But then I chose it too, right? And you're mad I did. He's not mad I did. You are. And you're overreacting again because I chose him over someone else. Right? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're trying to tell me who to love. He's not. He's trying to find somebody to love. Can anybody find me someone to love? Well, looks more like Elvis there, baby. Need a little bit of Elvis in your life, huh? That's right, Mama. That's all right, Mama. That's all right, you see. That's all right. That's all right, Mama. It's all right with me. Well, you're going to have imitators. You can't not have imitators because you're the one trying to be the head honcho, right? Everybody goes after the big dog, right? But even the little dogs go after the big dogs, try to be the top dog. You know that too. So, we can do it for 5 more minutes or 3. And again, we're paying to heal the ankle, but we didn't take the tramadol, right? But we did this morning, right? So it could be kicking in now, right? You don't know what's going on. We take pain medications too for a reason. We put us in pain, right? Right. And like you said, no, I'm not. I don't own her, right? If they did something, that's between her and him. If they didn't, it's between her and him, and he's just waiting for the movie to start, right? Or to be able to get in to see the movie, right? And then he sits in there in the theater waiting for the movie to start. Which usually you have the previews, right? With the coming attractions, right? And then you have the little things they do beforehand, right? And then you have the advertisement, right, portions, right, which is also having to do with the movie, right? And then you have the previews of the upcoming movies, right? Next year and the next year, right? And the ones you want to see then, right? And you also know that The Matrix is about a video game, though. But it's as close to life as for some of your comforts, right? And it shows you both the superpowers you get, like with Jesus, right? You can tread on scorpions and serpents and if you believe, right? And raise from the dead and heal the sick and the lame, right? Can walk again, right? Which is what I'm doing, right? The lame is walking again in your presence, right? Because of Jesus and scientists who believe in Jesus, right? But the scientists who believe in Jesus and the scientists who don't are trying to help all mankind out. Like the doctors too, right? But the doctors are also taught to be negative because they see the works of Satan more than the works of Jesus, right? Except with one man, me. I've resurrected twice at least, right? That I know of. Now, if you're code reading me at night, you're keeping it in my sleep time, so I don't know what's happening, right? So whatever you're doing there, I'm not aware of, right? And you know, like, as long as it's then, I'll think to get it sleeping, right? Even if I don't remember specifically what you're doing, right? And I'm forgiving you there too, right? Your trespasses against me, right? As Christ said to. And still waking up without you waking me up. If you wake up without them waking you up, who's waking you up? Jesus. Well, how's he waking you up? Because they tempted you again. So you wouldn't wake up the next morning. But you said you would anyway. With or without them waking you up. What do you think that means? If they're not waking you up, they're tempting you and Jesus to heal you, right? For what they did to you while you were asleep. And you just don't remember it. You just don't remember it all. But they remember it. They know you're fighting all out, right? One of many against many. And it is like in The Matrix. I'm fighting you with all the moves I learned in both movies and real life. And stop me from killing me too, right? And even if you succeed in maybe killing me, I'm saying Jesus can teleport me back to the bed, right? If I went to bed in the same area, right? Like a homing pigeon, right? And I'm saying certain things to them, right? Because I'm not the one doing nothing wrong. You are. You're trying to kill a fellow shipmate who's on your side, right? Good people don't do that. Unless you're doing something wrong, right? And murder is always the top of the list. Even if it's after thou shalt not covet. Or thou shalt not commit adultery. Or thou shalt not steal. Or thou shalt not break the Sabbath day and honor your father and mother. There's only one God and you're not it. Quit judging me. And quit making me your enemy because you're the one trying to murder me. Not me, you. But see, it's either crazy or sane for him, right? And it's either crazy or sane for them, right? The people I'm telling it to that happened to me on the ship too, right? And we're all either of Christ or Antichrist. You can't be 50-50 or you're lukewarm. And a lukewarm Christian isn't any better than a lukewarm Satanist. Right? Whoa. There you go. Right? I know. You're not any better. Like you said, you're just exercising. I'm just exercising from all I did and didn't do today. And how long has it been? Another 5 minutes. And if I want to take a break, I will when I feel like it, though. I'm engaging my spiritual muscles to walk. I'm engaging in my spiritual medication, both real and imaginary, right? That I took this morning, right? And then I fell asleep and slept till 12. I know. After I took the medication, right? And you again act like I'm dead. Like you killed me again while I was sleeping. You're murderers of the sleep, Walker. Then, right? You try to murder me when I'm my weakest, right? Not when I'm my strongest, right? When you can take advantage of me when I sleep. Even the woman Yael, who killed the sleeping captain of the host of Syria, right? Killed him because of his weakness in the flesh. But he actually died. You're trying to trick me. I admit you're tricking me and I don't die. Why? Because you're not doing the evil that Syria was doing. Right. I'm not doing their evil. And God knows I'm just trying to find my wife. Even if you're trying to bring me other women in their place. And I'm doing them like they're my wife. Right? That's why it's not a sin. Right? Like Solomon having 1,000 women. Right? If you're allowed that many and repent, 490 times that. Right? Which that's 500,000. Right? Times 7. Times whatever I need it to be. Because you're not trying to trick us, they are right. And they're trying to trick us all, and they're trying to trick us all. Like the devil. They're being Belial, sons of the devil, right? Even if they appear to be Jewish or Christian, right? They're still halfway serving Jesus, right? Or halfway serving Moses, or halfway serving Muhammad. Right? They're not men of God, or the prophets of God, right? Who were true throughout their ministry. So, all right. Now I'm going to take a break and sit down and do something else. And this is 100 reps. But I want all to know the truth. And the truth includes knowing how to defeat the lie. But if you don't want people to know the truth, you're going to not want them to see the truth, and you're going to lie to them, right? In place of God, you become sons of Belial, right? Prophets of Belial, prophets of Satan, right? If you don't want people to know the whole truth, you're lying to them 50-50, right? To begin with. Or 30-30, or 60-60, or... None of you are telling the truth 100%, but one, as John predicted, right? He predicted only 2 witnesses will really want to come out for the whole truth. And that includes the male and his female. But like I told you, I don't know which female I'm supposed to be with, right? And right now, I'm just doing it, right? I'm not even counting how many I've done that, right? I'm trying to talk to you too, so that's interrupting my counting, right? I'm sure I'm around 60 or something, right? So, There ain't nothing holding me back. There ain't nothing holding me back. I say it's 70, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. Because you're still being lukewarm or 70 Christians, right? Now, that still means Satan has you 70% and Christ 30%, right? If you're 70, 30, that means Christ has you 70% and Satan has you 30%. Which one are you, that? Still. You can know what you know and still be so much for God and so much for Satan, too, right? It's men who have the hardest time telling the truth about the androgynous image of Christ anyway, right? Where he's both. The mediator between God and men. The mediator is not a mediator of one, but God is one, right? Because there are two you mediate between, right? It's not just the Jewish man and the Gentile man. It's not just the bond and free man. It's also the free woman, right? And man, right? It's also the slave woman and man, right? That's why Christ is valued at the price of a woman and not a man, right? At 30 shekels of silver, right? And you find that in Leviticus 28, right? Mm-hmm. And he says in Zechariah, a goodly price was our price of them, right? Because of them, he's more a woman than a man, right? Peter would try to burn him, though, for being a witch, right? He wouldn't know that Christ wasn't a witch or was a witch because he thought he called up Moses and Elijah, right? He didn't, I know. Those were his male and female side. Peter, you're wrong. And it's Peter who's saying all this out his butt. Like he knows who's who, right? It's really his male and female side, though. Right, right. The true Trinity is androgynous male and female, or Gabor, Ish, and Yoldai. Also, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, Daughter, Mother, and Holy Ghost, right? Mother, Daughter, and Holy Ghost, right? The Trinity of males and females is true too, right? There's a Trinity of Mother, Daughter with the Trinity of Father, Son, right? And there's three ways to do the Trinity: androgynous male and female, male, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, female, Mother, Daughter, and Holy Ghost, right? That's the truth. They don't want you to know, right? Just as there's one Father in heaven, though, there's also one Mother. And her name is Jerusalem in heaven, right? She's the New Jerusalem, right? She's the mother of us all, right? My mother's name is Jerusalem, the city of God in heaven, right? I seen that in a movie when I was in the 3rd grade, right? And now I'm just doing it. I'm not counting anymore. I'm just exercising this way. Now, I can also do it backwards after a while, right? Sometimes it don't take down the numbers correctly, right? But let's do it backwards now, right? Right. And this is to show them that no matter what they did to me again while I was sleeping, I awoke again, right? And whatever's going on with me today, I'm still Shane Lee, the same yesterday, today, and forever, right? And God is helping me forgive myself, repent of my sins, and you too, right? For we're all sinners saved by grace. But when you start trying to be a sanctified person, you're forgiving the trespasses, right? When you're a sinner, you're counting the trespasses, right? Of people. Because we all can sin the same sins. And you can only sin the same sins, right? You can only murder someone. You can only adulterate with a woman. You can only have a child or not have a child with a woman, right? And so on and so forth, right? But if you have a child with me, you're my wife, right? Not with the gay man, right? He's not being a good husband to you, right? And if, like Solomon, I have 1,000 wives or 490 wives or whatever the number is, right? That's the number of wives I deserve, right? I know. Even if it's more than that many, right? Even if it's 7 times 490, right? Which is, again, right? 7 times 1,000 is what? 7,000. And if it's 7 times 7, you shall repent, right? I'm repenting every time too, because I don't know that the woman wasn't my wife for the night, or for the day, or for the evening, right? Whenever I'm with her. And that's the whole point too, right? I'm trying to find my wife though, right? Or a wife for a day, right? And you're interfering in that if I meet a new girl even, right? Or if it's an ex-girlfriend. I didn't see Caitlin again today, right? But she could have been in the theater, right? But again, right? I don't know if she's even working there anymore, right? Right. For instance. And see, right? Now, but see, and he's a good man trying to find him a wife, right? And he don't know it's not his baby or someone else's baby, right? I know. But you also don't have snacks anymore. That's kind of getting cheap there, right? And it's a dollar store, right? It's supposed to have cheap snacks, right? I know that, right? I know that. And like he said, right? He's vaccinated, right? I know he's vaccinated. He would not endanger his fellow human beings, right? Because he cares, right? He did it right away, right? All three, right? All that you were offering him, he took, right? He ain't gonna worry about it now, right? He don't need to worry about COVID on the crop, right? He took it when it was Delta, so any other form of it, his body can fight off, right? He's got the faith in God to do that too. He knew you're telling him half the truth, right? He always does that too, right? That's why he took all 3 doses within 30 days of each other, right? Including the weaker variant Johnson & Johnson. And the Moderna. To be stronger in the Lord and the power of his might, right? We are strong in the Lord and the power of his might. He helps us to see and do what is right. I know, right. But then I start talking to you about right from wrong, right? Well, should we do that or not, right? I mean, come on, right? We know better. Certain things we're not supposed to do, and why? Even if you're tempted by a 4-year-old, you don't go through with the sex act, right? Now, legally, you can check to make sure she didn't pee or need to go into the potty. That's all I would do, like I said. Right? Not actually trying to have sex with her. No. You would never do that. And that's telling the truth, baby. That's telling the truth, baby. Then they're confusing me by not having sex with you, and they made you lose your virginity to your stepfather, and he forgives you all that, right? Right. They're doing all that though, not him. They're confusing you, right? And they're not letting you be with any man but your stepfather then, right? That's not a sin either, I know it's not. It's not your fault. I know it's not. You didn't know better, and I didn't know we even did it, right? But they're trying to make it a sin, right? When I divorced your mother, and legally that's binding for an ex-stepdaughter too, right? If I'm no longer your dad, I'm no longer your dad. If I'm still your dad and I do it, then that would be a sin, right? That's what the defense attorney says, right? The accusing attorney said, oh, well, no matter what, he shouldn't have fucked your stepdaughter, right? Well, how do I know I even fucked her then? Unless you set us up. to have sex, right? And I still don't know it. You know it more than I know it. And she was old enough to be with me legally then. And that's when it really happened then, right? And I forgive her for it so that we can both be forgiven and move on from it, right? That's why. Neither one of us knew that we were either a virgin to each other or not, right? But once we had the sex, we would know, right? If the dad or the biological granddad messed with her or not, too, right? But if you block me out, we can't know that, or only she knows that, right? If she bled or not, right? If she bled, neither the dad nor the biological dad knew, right? Granddad, right? Only I did when she was old enough, though, too, right? That's why it's legal but illegal. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to be with her. I'm trying to stay in my place, right? I'm trying to stay home in Georgia because I am disabled from all that happened to me, right? And I just forgive her. You can't do it that way. See, the passing of time, right, counts for all children, right, and all adults, right, for a reason. That's why I can be with a 16-year-old even now, right, who just turned 16 today, right, but I don't go after a 16-year-old, right, like they even want to have sex with me, because I don't know, right. They do. I don't assume they do. All right, and see, if that's all I want to do, we again do what? Lay ourselves. Right.
Body weight is 353.2 pounds.
Did it go up or down?
Body
Right.
weight is
I don't remember either.
353.2 pounds.
But do you see what I mean? All right. If it goes down a little, it'll go down the rest of the way throughout the night, right? The exercise counts all through the night, right? Now, if I eat something light, like yogurt, or I eat, I don't know, Jello, or I eat the Pop-Tarts, or I eat the oatmeal, or I eat cereal, or I eat whatever before morning, right? That means I'm not going to eat much until I get to my sister's house, right? And again, I don't know what they think, but this should sound sane to anyone. You know what I mean? It should sound sane. What I'm saying, right? And then I'm also working on my mental illness, right? To get better, right? Now, what else can I do? I can do simulated weightlifting, right? In the front room again. Until I run out of minutes on the phone. Whatever that means I do, that means I do. Alright. But I am the same person, alright? And those who are with me know they were with me, and those who weren't know they weren't, right? I know. That's all it can be as well. Right? Now, we got to put the phone, though, where you can see me and I can still see you, right? Now I'm watching It's a Wonderful Life on ABC, and this is why I said I wanted to be a pharmacy technician, right? Where the boy is sees he mixed the poison with the wrong end of it, right? Coming out of the dark, I know I see the light, see the light, see the light, see the light coming out of the dark. I see the light of day, no matter what comes my way. I see the light, I see the light. But it's not about Gloria, it's about everybody, even her husband. But I love her song. But even if I'm not perfect enough to be a pharmacy technician, I'll still make a good one now if you was. I'm 90% good enough, right? What else do you need? What else do you need? And that's without really going over it in depthly, right? Just browsing through it, right? I know that, right? Mm-hmm. Don't mean you're right, don't mean you're wrong. Could mean that, though. Could mean that, though. But you're trying to curse me when I don't feel that way and you won't accept the no as the answer. See, like I said, when you're a child, you don't know better. When you're an adult, you put away childish things, even homosexuality or not, even by curiousness or not, right? Even again, bisexuality, where you favor females. If you choose females over the males when you become an adult, you're straight again, right? God forgives you. Fool, Satan don't. You can repent of any mistake or not mistake, including being with the wrong women. Right. If you can repent of that, you can also repent of being with the wrong men. Right. Who didn't need to be with you. And weren't supposed to be with you either. Right. Mm-hmm. But how fucked up is your shrink, right? That's the question too, right? We all play games with people. If your shrink ain't as sound-minded, only you would know that, right? or could know that, right? They both have to be of a sound mind to know when he's sound or when he's not, right? And even he knows when he gets like in the Matrix or is being Shane again, right? But that's the point. We're all going to see the movie. Most people will. Right. Mm-hmm. But am I like the dude in the Matrix? A little 3-story fall, car wreck. You don't survive those every day. In 2 days, right? With one, right? That's the miracle one. That's the miracle one. Where more damage could have been done that was reported, yeah. But at the same time, 8 years later, the fall happens on base, right? Where he's locked out his room mysteriously, right? By whom, he don't know. For what reasons, he don't know. He's just trying to still do the right things. And that included getting the Z3 back, right? Which he maintained until he was out of the Navy, right? He should at least get that when he reaches retirement age, which would be after 20 years, right? If he's still being a good model citizen too, right? He's entitled to more benefits than you want to give him, and you don't want to give him it all, right? He's included the 3. He's still trying to work through all this, right? All right? Right. No one likes being preached at, especially the devil. He don't like hearing he's wrong. He don't. Only a good man wants to know what he's doing wrong so he can stop doing it. And even man don't. But see, when we make mistakes, we can also correct them, right? That's the point too, right? Satan doesn't want you to correct your mistakes. He wants you to wallow in them and pretend you can't be forgiven them, right? Jesus, on the other hand, right, wants you to realize you can be forgiven the mistakes and stop doing it, right? Stop. But what am I doing wrong? I'm exercising, right? By sitting in the couch and lifting no weights, right? But exercising my body as if I'm lifting weights. Why do you think that matters, right? Andy, right? Alright. Now. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. I know he's right about the time. I know he's right about the time too, right? And he knows when he noticed that he was interested in Asian women. I know that. Look what you made me do. Even Prince. I mentioned Prince, right? I didn't sing none of his songs because of copyright law and how strictly you're trying to follow it. Yeah. But it don't mean you're right. It don't mean you're right and are following it right either. Right. That is between me and one man, the girl's father. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm telling you who I am and who I'm thinking I'm supposed to marry, but I'm not sure. And like I said, I don't know what all the dreams mean if they're not just sex dreams or to show I like women or like I said, right? Most of them though are of women, right? Including dreaming of the Matrix last night. But you only have between Asians to redhead and anything in between, right? Even Africans and right, Caucasians and right are still from one source out of Africa, right? We all are. Our mothers and fathers reproduced with angels as well, fallen angels, right? That's gonna mess with the devil, right? That's why you have men from Cyrano's size in the new movie, and then you got tall, pretty men too, right? But we're all the children of God. We're all the children of God. Yes. And a good man knows when he's being evil that the woman he's interested in ain't gonna really love him, but is really in love with the man he's trying to be, right? That's the whole point of Cyrano anyway, right? If you're saying someone else's words, people know that too, unless you agree with that person, but can't quite say them yourself. Right? What does that mean as well? Right? And am I like David, or am I like Solomon who had 1,000 wives? Right? Who would I be in the kingly heaven anyway? Would I be David or Solomon? Right? Solomon. Who's like David? Jesus. And he had at least 7 women outside of Jerusalem, and maybe 10 virgins in Jerusalem, and only 5 of them were wise. Right? The rest were foolish. Meaning 5 of them did get pregnant and 5 did not. Right? The old went out their land. Right? Even with Jesus. Right? You can't win them all. You can't win them all. But they are the bride's groom, and the bride's bride is his bride on the wedding night. So he's talking about the wedding night anyway, and they're waiting for him to come into that night, all doing. And the 5 that are wise keeps their lamps burning with the oil of the bridegroom. Right? The 5 that are foolish don't keep their lamps lit with the oil from the bridegroom. Right? He is the one who gives